If there's one thing about Kamen Rider that I noticed in some of these series that I've watched, is that the Kamen Riders have some level of being a bum, not in the sense that the writer is a fraud, but more along the lines of not having a job. And I mean this in the most endearing way possible, like the only way you would say it to your friend. Doug, am I a bum?
Yeah.
Thank you, I really appreciate it.
You don't have a job, right?
Yeah, and looking through these series, it's pretty comedic at one point or another that the writer is like pretty much jobless or homeless. It could be at any time during these series. And this video, first off, is obviously going to be a comedic one, so don't take anything I say too seriously. It's more just poking fun and secondly, I'm taking a look into these characters as a whole and how not having a job relates to them. And secondly, I think my sister's also going to enjoy this video because, well, she's the reason why we have that inside joke of calling the Kamen Riders homeless in the first place. Or is it me? I actually don't remember who came up with that joke. But anyways, these are the series I'm going to be talking about. And I'll be putting a spoiler warning here because I will be going in depth for some of these. I'll also leave timestamps below for those that don't want to get spoiled. So, starting off with OOOs. Eiji is one of my favorite writers. What's not to love about him? He's a kind individual, always trying to help others, and he sees the good in others. He's so empathetic as a character that you can't help but root for him. And in his first episode, he is the sweetest P you'll ever see, especially after the action-packed beginning. There's something about seeing him in his underwear and then the cops questioning him, and the only thing he says is that, like, he gives him his underwear, and then he says this is all the money he carries, and that's about it. The scene really gives off boy failure energy, if anything. I know Eiji isn't a bum. You know he isn't a bum. But my sister and I call him homeless because it's kind of funny. You know, and once again, I mean this in the most endearing way possible. Eiji is a wanderer going place to place. His story in OOOs is just him staying in one area for a bit of time. His lack of greed and his want is very core to his character, since it's this very same trait that leads to the purple coins to him. These purple coins are the reasons why he goes berserk in the first place, why he has the berserk form, and why, the series ends up the way it does. And the only way to counteract these coins is for Eiji to have a desire of his own. And Eiji is able to find that desire in wanting power to help people, or that desire to help people in general. God, Eiji's such a sweet protagonist. He deserves everything. He gets you give him a forehead cookie. He's too good for this world. His character arc just basically him just learning it's okay to want something, even though his want is just to help others. Oh my god, he's the best boy. And the next character on this list is my boy Tycoon. And before anyone thinks this is like Tycoon slander, I don't know why you would think this is slander this far into the video. Tycoon is my boy. I have a cosplay of him, and I think he should get freshly baked cookies. And one of my favorite parts about him, which is, I don't know if it's weird to say, is this small background detail about how he's unemployed. He doesn't have a job at the beginning of the series. He really does give off major Eiji vibes, especially since he does have a kind-hearted nature. And I watched Geats knowing nothing about this series, so I honestly thought Kato, I'll just call him Tycoon from this point on, was going to be our main C. He really gives off that naive character who's going to begin his hero's journey, and we see him try as he just got out of an interview, and he isn't laying around, he isn't doing anything. He's trying at the very least. His sister even saying, and when he's entered into this tournament and is told he can have any wish of his granted, his first wish is world peace. And after he gets eliminated, you get to see a shift in him. Because you see, in the world of Geats, for those unaware or that haven't watched the series in a while, once you get eliminated from the Grand Desire Prix, you lose the desire you had or the wish you had. And we see this the very next time we see Tycoon, because we see him with like scratch lottery tickets. Like, oh my god, the light in your eye, what happened? Like, I don't know, it's just the jump of him trying to get a job to just going and getting scratch off lottery tickets is, one, very comedic to me in a sense, and two, does show that his intention of his wish of world peace wasn't something he blurted out randomly. That path of hard work is taken from him as he tries to take the quote-unquote easy path of just winning the lottery and doing whatever. Like, it's both very sad, but also very funny to see this at the same time because of the shift in him, especially after the scene of Ace saying, oh, I hope Tycoon's okay. Like, this one scene really does show who Tycoon is as a person. Him not having a job is very part of his core character. And after he gets his memories back, what's the first thing he does? It's not wishing for world peace when he joins the Grand Prix, it's that he wishes for those who died during the games to come back to life. And I see this as him, starting to just start his, little character arc, just because this wish is technically a little bit more selfish, even though it is selfless as the same way as wishing for world peace is selfish, because, you know, by bringing back people from the games, it does also bring back his parents. I see him getting a job at the end of the series as his, like, full character arc, in a way. Look at him, doing something productive. I'm so proud of him. Next character, kamenrider Gavv. By the way, this is not about Gavv or Hanto, this is about their tertiary rider, VRAM, aka Laka. Laka is my boy. He got the drip. He got the aura form. Man, he actually aura forms a lot in this show. His first introduction, aura forms. He gets new drip, aura forms. This man has one goal, and that is to aura form on whoever he is fighting, and honestly, I can respect that. But it's really funny that technically he was more or less just living in a random warehouse, basically homeless. Like, whenever we would cut to him and see what he was doing, or whatever Shoma's brother's name is, like, went to Laka, he was just, like, in a random warehouse. And after Suga is defeated, Laka basically just moves into this dead guy's apartment. I don't know why, it's just very comedic to me, because in the sense that, logically, one, the Gavv production team would continue filming there, or, like, you know, would use that set there if it's a natural set. But, like, it's more funny to me because in universe, I don't think anyone has, like, brought it up or even questions about it, because you think at one point or another, like, Hanto would probably say, like, hey, isn't it weird we're living here, or you're living here, Laka, because, you know, the whole you know, experimentation and stuff like that happened to me here, or, yeah, you understand what I mean. Finally, this Kamen Rider build. This is probably the most spoiler heavy out there, in the most funniest way possible, because I'm talking about the ending of the series. Long story short, last spoiler warning, the world is remade as it recombines itself into, like, from a separate Earth. The result being everyone is now alive, but though they don't have their memories, all except for those who arrived to the new world, that being Sento and Banjo. And what's crazier is that, you know, they also have their new world counterparts existing there as well. So we technically have two, you know, we have Sento and we have Kazuragi and we have two Banjos. But the thing is, in this new world, they don't have any type of identification, they don't have money, they don't have a place to stay. So yeah, no, they're straight up just kind of homeless right now. Like, at the end of the series, they are homeless. And Sento's a genius. Like, the last scene of the show is Sento asking Banjo to, like, read a script that he plans on, like, selling to make a show, or, you know, something to make money with. And, you know, it's full circle because the script is just a plot of build. And then when the movies come out, we see the main duo, you know, living in the warehouse, or living in a random warehouse, which is, you know, which makes me question what happened to that script, but, you know, it's shenanigans at that point. But they do have Wi-Fi, they got electricity, so I think they're doing pretty good. But our main boy Sento got our main man Banjo selling random things at, like, the free market to get money. Sento literally giving Banjo, like, a random object to sell, and the main antagonist uses it with the goal of destroying the world. Kind of a tangent, but I love how the last frame of Kamen Rider build in terms of the entire series is this last shot right here of Kamen Rider Greece. So yeah, this video was a short one, but a fun one. I hope you enjoyed listening to me yap about some of my favorite riders. I know people sub to my channel for either Limbus or Kamen Rider, so I'll try to balance the two out while making whatever I want at the same time. I appreciate those of you that do watch my content and end up subscribing, by the way. I know some of my videos may not be 100% correct or everything, or have everything that you wanted, but I do my best to make it entertaining for you all. Typical statement of me saying like, comment, and subscribe inserted here. Have a nice day. Bye bye.